Hey everyone, Pop Daddy here, and I just watched Home Sweet Home Alone, and I'm here with a review for you. But first things first, got to touch on a few other subjects first. So, as you may or may not know, if you follow my Twitter, our crib arrived in the mail yesterday. It is a Carter's by Da Vinci. So, within the next few weeks, you'll get progress on the building of that, along with a review of that, how it works, how it looks. It's a 4-in-1, so I'm excited to talk about that. It'll be the first real piece, first real baby item that I'll be reviewing, so I'm looking forward to that. And we also got a playpen, and so, stay tuned. There's going to be lots of other cool reviews for baby items and baby furniture, and, some cool pop culture reviews also. But tonight, we will be reviewing Home Sweet Home Alone. I started watching that on Friday night, shortly after I finished up filming my Eternals review, and I got 5 minutes into it before I tapped out. It is a rough watch at first, so today I gave it another try, got the whole way through, and I took down some notes. So it is a 90-minute movie. Stopping every few minutes to take notes made it more like a 2-hour movie. So if I keep referring to this, I do apologize because I've got a lot of thoughts on it. This will be a very spoiler heavy review. So if you want to stay spoiler free, please go to this timestamp. If I forgot to put in the timestamp, I'm sorry. But let's get into it. The basic plot of the movie is couple Pam and Jeff are selling their home because he's unemployed and she's not making enough to support the both of them. Are selling their house, and a mother and child stop by. They're looking at the father's doll collection from his mother. Turns out one of them's worth a fortune. Later that night, he's looking for the doll. It's gone. They assume the kid took it, so they go to get it back, and normal Home Alone formula follows. They forget the kid. Kid thinks he wished his parents away. They try to break in. Traps. And mother tries to get home. Ending. So that's pretty much the basis for it. If there's a lot of cuts in here, I do apologize. I'm working around using the notepad now, so I have a few views on the film, so I'll take it away. The couple is Jeff and Pam. I had a hard time remembering their names. Jeff is played by Rob Delaney, who played Peter in Deadpool 2, and Pam is played by Ellie Kemper, who played Kelly on The Office. And they do a pretty decent job. It's weird because she's the motherly type role, but she still looks super young. So take that as you will. It really took me out of the movie, seeing her being a mother to a teenage daughter, and things like that. He's in like some computer business. He's supposed to be super smart guy, but throughout the movie, he keeps dropping all these horrible, like I'm stupid type jokes. Like, she's like, you don't even know how to clear your browser history. He works in computers. It's, But, my notes here. First things first. As soon as the kid's introduced, he acts like a jerk, listen, there have been 6 of these Home Alone movies. I'm pretty sure that kid being a jerk is par for the course here. Because I'm pretty sure that the only reason I didn't think Macaulay Culkin's Kevin was a jerk was because I was around that age when the movie came out. So you're supposed to be on his level. So, but, 3 jerk, 4 jerk, 5 jerk. This movie, British jerk. So he gives off that, that smug attitude before we get too into the movie. And that's a big turnoff for those of you that thinking he's the hero. Which is weird because I think the movie sets up for Pam and Jeff to be the heroes. So that's something that keeps this movie fresh, or like at least keeps the formula interesting, is that they're the protagonists. They're the ones who you view the movie through them. You don't you also view it from the kid, but you view it mostly through them, which I think has an interesting twist on the old Home Alone formula. That being said, there are certain other actors in it. Chris Parnell cameo. I guess it's a cameo. Chris Parnell cameos as an uncle. Kenan Thompson has a small role as a realtor, and Andy Daly is also the father. They were underused pretty much. It's great seeing them, but they weren't used at all. Andy Daly has 2 lines, and one's a foreshadowing one, and then at the end he says something at the end of the movie. So completely underused. I'm a fan, and I think they didn't use him at all. There's also a Jim Rash cameo. I love Jim Rash, and he actually got a chuckle out of me. They're in some bell choir, and they're playing at some old folks' home, and he's the choir director, and that actually got a chuckle at me. I'm gonna be honest. I chuckled once or twice during this movie. I'm not gonna lie, and it's not a bad movie, but I'll get to that. Also, Jeff's brother shows up, and it's like a sort of Cousin Eddie style subplot where like he shows up early, and he like turns their household life upside down. But he's like, they also use the cliche of the rich brother, where they're like, oh, I got you guys rich presents, and making us feel more sympathy for the main characters, which they do many times over some many Christmas movies. Let's see here. Let's see. Now, one of my major gripes with the movie is they do reuse some of the tracks from the first two Home Alone movies. When the kid first wakes up, and the kid misses the plane by going out to sleep in his parents' car, and he misses everything. When he comes back in the house, the music that plays sounds like Home Alone ripoff music. And I thought that was so weird, because it has hints of the score, but it sounds like it was for one of those Home Alone ripoff movies from the early 90s, such as Twin Sitters or Three Ninjas. Let's see here. Now, so he's at home. He finds out that the two protagonists are going to break in, and so when he does that, they do have your classic setting traps montage. And the one thing I liked about this montage was that, they use the battle music from the first two movies, and but this one we also see the burglars getting ready also, because they're waiting till later, and it appears that more time has passed. So it's not like, Kevin got the house ready in an hour. It looks like this kid got the house ready in a few hours. So that was pretty cool. Also, during the earlier montage, I'm skipping around a bit, when the kid first realizes he's home alone, he does things like, hey, I'm home alone, I'm doing all this stuff. The kid's doing the stuff, it seems like stuff a real kid would do. He's setting up Hot Wheels to go down the stairs. He's taking a yoga ball and jumping from his parents' balcony onto a trampoline. I'm not going to say it got a chuckle out of me, but I think it was pretty realistic. Let me see here. Smart character X Dumb, we pretty much went over that. There's a scene where he thinks that, if he stays still, a motion detector won't detect him and go off again. That was pretty stupid. There's a scene later in the movie where they're trying to get over the gate into the backyard, or they're trying to get over this big fence, and they don't realize that, there's a gate right there. And it's little things like that that totally, not took me out of the movie, but just made me go like, ugh. While watching the movie on Friday night, I only got 5 minutes in. As soon as I saw the title card, I gave a big ugh also. Also, there was a fart joke in that scene that did not make me laugh. Let's see here. Also, one point in the movie, they're watching a Angels with Filthy Souls remake. And the brother's watching it, and he's like, ugh, I don't know why they want to remake all these movies. I see what you did there. I see what you did. I'll let that slide, because this is technically a sequel and not a remake. So, got my eye on you. I see what you did, though. Let me see. What else we have here? Okay. Now, there's one scene where, the main characters realize they're going to lose their house unless they get this doll back. And she's looking around the house and, flashing back to their first Christmas at the house. And that music from the first one comes in, from when the mom first comes home, and that got me right in the feels. I'm not gonna lie, but there's a lot of moments like this in that movie. A lot of moments like that in this movie, where it gets you right in the feels, and the old score is what does it, and that does it also. Like with the battle plan setting up, they use the old music also. Let me see here. Okay, then, since I did the battle thing earlier, I have to go back to throughout the notes and everything. So the first time they try breaking the house, the alarm goes off, and the kid calls the cops. Then officer shows up. Guess who it is? It's none other than Buzz McAllister from the first one. He's now grown up. He's a cop now, and it's it's good to see him again. I'm not gonna lie. He had a few lines. He has like a scene or two, and when they call, like when the parents realize they left the child at home, the child's name is Max, by the way. They call home. They call the cops. Be like, "Oh, check on our son." He realizes he was just at the house, and he realizes he was like, "Listen to me. When my brother was 8, we left him home alone twice. This has got to be a joke by my brother. I was just there. This isn't happening again." That got a genuine chuckle out of me because he delivers it really good. It's nice. It's just nice to see Buzz again. Um, Let me see here. What else? What else do we have here? Let's see here. And there's also like a good reason why the kid himself doesn't call the police. He has a vision where he feels that if he tells the police that he was left home alone, they're going to arrest his mom for child endangerment. That was a great like idea of like them saying, why can't the kid just call the cops and be like, hey, I'm home alone, because they fear that their parents will go to jail. That was great, and I think that was a neat twist on why he couldn't go right to the cops. One thing in this movie, there are a lot of like misunderstandings. Like, what I thought was this. Oh, what I thought was that. It's a tired trope, and like it really comes through at the end of the movie when they find out the kid does not have a doll. Spoilers, but if you've watched this far after I said there would be spoilers, then I'm sorry. But it's like totally things like that. Like they go in there, they hear the Amazon Echo type thing in German because one of the kids switched it to German, and they think that there's someone in the house that's German with the kid, and they see the kid talking to an old lady. They think it's his grandmother. So there's way too many misunderstandings in the movie for me to be comfortable with. But like they just put it on the plot like plot paint, and that's it. Here, let me see here. Keeps going back up. I don't really like to say that. Now the mother throughout the movie, she's like, "Oh, I gotta get home to my son." We maybe check in with her 2 or 3 times through her trip from. The rest of the family's in Tokyo or Japan, while she tries to get back to the U.S. It doesn't catch up with her too often, and I never got the appeal that she's really seriously fighting to get back to her son. So that was something that it didn't feel. I couldn't feel like she was a desperate parent to get back. I just felt like I gotta go home and see my son, I guess. Like the way Catherine O'Hara did it in the first movie. I'm trying not to bring up the first movie too much throughout this review to keep this its own thing, but me do me. Okay, so let me see here. I'm fighting for a joke. Now the thing is, when the break-in first starts, the movie set up this first hour of us like the 2 burglars trying to be sympathetic people. Desperate needs. They're going to lose their house. They need this doll back to get the money. Soon as the break-in starts, they automatically go into jerk mode. All of a sudden, I don't like them anymore. Things like that. And I don't know. I felt like we could have kept them more sympathetic throughout what they were trying to do, but yeah, some of the traps, they were playing the old classics with the traps. Like, the icy surface, the somehow character losing their shoes, becoming barefoot. Stepping on something sharp, things like that. And during the montage earlier, it shows a kid finishing like this Lego tower bridge set. It's like he didn't do that in one day. No, the size of that thing he did. There's no way he did that in one day. So I'm calling BS on that. Let's see here. What else do we have? Then I'm gonna be honest. The ending of it, they turns out like there was a misunderstanding. Turns out the kid didn't take the doll. So they go back home. Turns out the brothers, the main character's nephew or niece, took the doll, and the kid like throws it, and it's gonna like fall and break. But Max catches it at the last moment, and the family's able to sell it. But after he catches it, it's Christmas morning when this all happens, and the mom meets them at their house, Jeff and Pam's house. And when she comes in, that Home Alone music swells up, and I'm not gonna lie, it did get a bit emotional for me. So yeah, that's Home Sweet Home Alone, and let me see here. So if you came to this timestamp, let me see here. Let's see here. So also the kid doesn't clean up, and we get to see the parents' reaction and the aftermath of what happens when the burglars destroy the house. So once again, that was pretty interesting. So, also, there's no end credit scene, after credit scene, so you can just skip as soon as the credits start. So, if you're about here, if you skipped here, what I want to say is this is the best Home Alone film since the second one. Now, that's not a good thing. This Home Alone is a movie that has more bad movies than good movies. So this being the third best, it's more like the fourth worst. So wait, three, four, yeah. Um, so if you're a couple for date night, skip it. If you're like adults that want to see a movie, skip it. The only people I would recommend this for is for a family with younger kids, because it's got the slapstick comedy, it's got the the like the family drama, it's got like funny jokes that the kids will laugh at. Maybe seeing as some of the slapstick violence is kind of graphic, like he uses a gun that shoots billiard balls, that may send the wrong message to kids. I'd say maybe give it a 7 or 8 and up if they're watching it by themselves, but maybe using a 6, watch it with them. It'll make for a good family night. But if you can, watch the original or a second one. I actually prefer the second one to the original. But that's my review. Leave some comments below, tell me what you thought. And I cannot really recommend this movie for non-parents. And so that's pretty much it. So next week we'll be reviewing Ghostbusters Afterlife after I see it. I'll get that review up as soon as I can. Then maybe I'll do some other reviews of holiday food products, since we do have Christmas coming up. Be sure to send me also your recommendations to tompopdaddycoombs@gmail.com and Twitter at the Pop Daddy. Also, so keep those recommendations coming in. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.